If you love Mafia documentaries, then please like this video and subscribe, as it really helps me grow this channel. Become a friend of ours. Thank you. Here is part 1 of Mob Hit Histories. Keep it in the family. Enjoy.
Well, Frank Borgia was a member of our family, and he had an argument with another member. And they both went to the boss, and the boss decided to kill Borgia. And that's the way it is, you know. Borgia might have been right, I don't know, but they called me and told me to go to San Diego with Frank, and I was going to clip Frank Borgia. So I went to San Diego, and we had somebody bring him in the house, and we choked him and buried him, and that was it. He was a member of our family.
On the 14th of November 1957, more than 60 of America's most powerful men gathered at this house. They were deciding the future of an industry worth billions of dollars. They were meeting where they thought no one would ever find them, but it was their bad luck to run up against Sergeant Edgar Croswell, a veteran local policeman with a most suspicious mind.
These fellows just did not fit in. They were all extremely well dressed. Most of them had Italian accents. Some 2 or 3 told us they couldn't speak English at all. And they just didn't fit in with the local terrain or the local people. They were standouts.
The men meeting here at Appalachian in 1957 were in fact the leaders of the Mafia in America. They were rounded up and interrogated, a humiliation for the warlords of organized crime.
14-carat hoodlums. Strictly lived by breaking the law, preying on honest people, taking over businesses, killing each other, killing other people that got in their way.
Croswell's discovery shocked even the experts in organized crime. At the time, most police forces in America claimed the Mafia did not exist.
Appalachian was a bombshell. That's, I think, all these 25 years later, it's fair to describe it as such. This meeting of over probably the full extent was about 80 some odd people, meeting all from different parts of the country, all recognized as members of organized crime, many of them documented in the files of the Federal Bureau of Narcotics as members of the organization, all meeting at one place on a chilly, unpleasant afternoon in Appalachian, New York, a remote town in the southwestern part of New York State, was a phenomenon that could not be explained. It certainly said more than anything that some form of organization exists.
6 years later, there was another bombshell. The first man from within the Mafia to turn public informer appeared at Senate hearings and on nationwide television.
Committee will come to order. We have as our first witness today Joseph Valachi, who is...
In jail for narcotics, Joseph Valachi was breaking the Mafia's most feared commandment, omertà, silence. He was the first ever to reveal the structure of the Mafia and the men who ran it.
You do solemnly swear that the evidence you shall give before this Senate subcommittee shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God.
Valachi also revealed its secret Italian name.
Are you a member of any secret organization?
Yes, I am.
What is the name of it?
Cosa Nostra in Italian.
Cosa Nostra in Italian.
Our thing and our family in English.
Valachi called it Cosa Nostra rather than Mafia. Helped by huge charts, he named hundreds of men in the crime families or crime armies that made up the organization. He knew the punishment for betraying their secrets.
Yes. Senator, can I say something, Senator?
Yes.
As to what I'm telling you now, I need to go no further to say nothing else. This is what I'm telling you, what I'm exposing to you and the press and everybody. This is my doom.
Ferlacci died of cancer in prison, but he had armed guards to the end. Every informer faces a death sentence from the Mafia. Jimmy Fratiano is the most important Mafia member ever to defect. He now has to be protected from the hitmen of the mob.
I just take my chances, try to stay away from them, go someplace where they can't find me, just live as long as I can. You know, when they find you, bye-bye, baby.
Jerry Gianono, another killer turned informer. He's now serving time for murder in the same prison as men who want to kill him for betraying the Mafia. He rejects his old mob connections.
I don't like what they've done because they haven't realized reality yet. They're still in a fantasy. So I stay away from them, but there's only so much of a piece of a room I can hide. That's why it's not that easy to do time.
Joey Cantalupo. For 14 years, he worked closely with the bosses of 4 crime families. He became an informer for the FBI, and his evidence sent many top mobsters to jail. He now lives in hiding.
You must realize that a man like me, who has made cases against organized crime figures, could not possibly stay on the streets of New York. It was just a matter of time before I would be killed by these people.
Killing is the Mafia's way with informers. Bill Romer remembers how the mob took revenge on a debt collector they thought had betrayed them.
William Action Jackson had been a juice collector for the mob, and they thought he had become an FBI informant, which he had not, but they thought he had. And so what they did, in order to try to get him to admit that he had been an FBI informant, they took him, they abducted him physically, and they took him to a meat plant, a meat factory where they hung meat, and they put him up on a meat hook through his rectum. They hung him on this meat hook, 300 pounds Jackson weighed. They hung him on this meat hook. They tied him up so that he couldn't wiggle his way off. And then they got a cattle prod, and they electrified that cattle prod, and they stuck it in his penis. And they left him there, trying, in the meantime, interrogated him concerning his relationship with the FBI, which was non-existent. And they tortured him for 3 days. Never did really kill him, but he naturally expired through the excruciating pain.
What is this organization that kills to guard its secrets? There are 25 crime families across America, each structured like an army. The head of each family is called the boss. His deputy is the underboss. Equal with the underboss is the consigliere, the boss's top advisor. Beneath the underboss are capo regimes, lieutenants or captains who each command their own crew of soldiers. These men have all been initiated into the family and are known as made members, made men. To be made a member of this secret society, you have to be Italian, by birth or descent.
The boss of the families decide who is going to be made as to how they have produced in the past years. They don't make people every year. They make people maybe every 5 years, every 10 years. They open the books. They have these tremendous books. They're going to open the books, and we're going to make 15 people, new members of this organization, because 5 of our members have passed away, and we need to replenish with new blood. So the bosses decide as to who is going to be made as to what they have done in the past years, as to how they produce for the organization.
And they say if I introduce you to somebody, and I say he's a friend of ours, that means he was a member of the family. But if I introduce you to somebody and I say he's a friend of mine, that don't mean nothing. See, friend of ours means our thing. See, that's La Cosa Nostra. That's in Italian, is our thing.
Years ago, they used to make members of organized crime families because of the way they conduct themselves, meaning, you, my friend, go out and you kill Joe Schmo. And you kill Bobo Babi. You know, they got all these crazy names. And after you do that, I mean, we'll recognize you as being a good fellow. We'll make you a member of our family. They don't do that anymore today.
It's more sophisticated. You go out and show me $1 million profit on a certain interest, a certain business deal. And you show us $1 million profit, and we'll make you a good fella. We'll make you a member of our organized crime family.
They don't grab me off the street and say, because I shot John Doe in the head twice and did a great job, I now make you a made man, which gives you privilege to a piece of all this action. That's baloney. The soldiers that are in Chicago that are not made are soldiers, associate members, that have to go do burglaries, go do robberies, go rob banks and do extortion and everything else to make a living. Now, they don't get a piece of the pie of this mafia enterprise. The only ones that do that are made are ones that have contributed $500,000, $200,000, whatever you've contributed to this pot, you then take out and you got a piece of the action. Now you're made.
When you're a made member of a family, it demands respect. People under you, the people in the street. Once a person is made, the whole world knows he's made. Because it's important to have that statue that, well, now you're made. Now, I demand respect. And you have to give me respect because they know the consequences. You don't fool around with made men.
If you love Mafia documentaries, then please like this video and subscribe, as it really helps me grow this channel. I want to do this full time, so become a friend of ours. Thank you.